Hi there, it's Christine with Greater Lansing Area Moms here. We had the opportunity to speak with Amitria Fanaè this morning. Amitria is with the Whiz, and the Whiz is coming to Wharton Center in December. She shares about the journey down the yellow brick road, and there's something for everyone. Families, date night, girls' night, you name it, there's something for you. Let's jump in and hear more. Hi there, we are thrilled to speak with Amitria Fanaè from the Whiz today. And the Whiz will be at Wharton Center next week, and she's going to share us all about it, or share with us all about it. Welcome to Greater Lansing Area Moms.
Hello, thanks for having me.
For sure. Will you tell us a little bit about the show?
Well, the show has five main characters. You have Dorothy, you have Tin Man, Lion, and Scarecrow. And the four of them, they go on an adventure to find things that they thought that they didn't have that already lived within them. Dorothy is looking for home. The lion is looking for his courage. The Tin Man is looking for a heart. And the Scarecrow is looking for a brain. And as they go on this adventure to see the Whiz in hopes that he will give them these things, they end up finding that it's been within them all along. This is a story that is timeless. The show is musically inclined. We have rock, we have R&B, we have every genre of music is put into this show. We encompass it within 2 hours, and there's dancing, and the actors, we are telling the stories and the dancers are dancing down, and you don't want to miss it. It is a retold version of The Wizard of Oz, and it's The Wiz, and it is magical and wonderful and melanated, and this is something that you don't want to miss.
It sounds amazing, and I want to go, so I plan on going. And what's your role, or what's your part in the Whiz?
I play Addaperle, the Good Witch of the North. She is the one who helps send Dorothy on her journey to the Yellow Brick Road, and she also watches her throughout her journey to make sure she's safe. She's kind of incognito, so if you see her, you see her.
Gotcha. I'll have to keep an eye out for you. Um, Now, speaking about going when you're on tour, is there something that you always have to have with you in your tour bag?
Something that I always have to have with me in my tour bag is my speaker, my portable speaker. I need it. It helps set the mood for wherever I am. And also, I love a good Airwick or a plug-in. It is necessary for whatever hotel I am in.
Perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Now, with the speaker, is that part of your show ritual or things that you do?
I I have a set list of music that I listen to before each show. And so depending on what role I'm doing will determine, what my playlist sounds like.
Now, have you always been a performer, even when you were a kid?
Yes, I was introduced into the arts from a very young age. My mom is actually a laureate, so she would write pieces of poetry and I would recite them at the oratorical contest before I was old enough to be in the magnet program. And from the oratorical contest, I got into the magnet program, the drama magnet program, and I did that for forever. I even dabbled into the chorus program, and I've done some dancing too as a kid. So I've always been engaged with the arts.
So it was no shock that this is your career path. I mean, from the get-go.
I have dreamed of doing this my entire life. So I am living in my dreams, and what a blessing it is.
That's amazing and very, very cool for you. Who inspires you on stage? A role model or a mentor or an inspiration that kind of travels with you?
General role model, I think, for me when it comes to musical theater is Audra McDonald. She is just timeless as an individual in how she handles public things, I think. And also her level of commitment and performance. I think it's unmatched, untouchable. Also, Felicia Rashad is another one for me. Unmatched, untouchable. And Viola Davis.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's just three good ones. When I did a little research and read about you, it's one thing that came up was that you're uplifting and you bring the positivity and the energy to the stage. And Yeah, what do you think what are a couple words they'd use to describe you?
I think they would say I'm very lively. I'm very funny. And I think they would say I'm kind.
Those are three excellent words that your friends would say. How long have you been with the Wiz?
We started this process January 13th. We started rehearsals January 13th, and the show opened in Rochester, New York, February 22nd.
Oh wow, that's not very long.
Well, a year in January will make the full when we started the full process down the Yellow Brick Road.
Is that generally how much time you have to prep for a performance? Is about 4 to 5 weeks?
Yes, we started. Yes, yes, yes.
Wow, that's impressive. I don't know how performers do it. Honestly, I don't know how. Like have it's just I'm in awe every time I watch a performance. Like, how do you do that? Um, when you're traveling, is there something that you seek out, like a place to eat, someplace, or don't you really get a time to do stuff like that?
It's about what you make time for. And I love culinary experience. So for me, if I can find a good restaurant to treat myself to in a city, I'm going. I am going. I'm going to treat myself. And I believe in spoiling yourself. I do. I do because if you don't, then how can you expect anyone else to? So
Right.
I'm going to go find me a nice culinary experience and chow down.
Excellent. Well, there's a lot of options here, so I'm happy for you.
I'm
I
excited.
had a teacher a long time ago, people say you should treat people the way you want to be treated, right? This is kind of a thing you learn as a child and it kind of as you grow with it. But she also added that you should also treat yourself the way you want people to treat you. So I'm like, oh, you just made me think of her, and I haven't thought of her in a very long time. Have you been to Wharton Center before?
I have not.
Have you been to Michigan before?
I have. We were in Detroit in June at the Fisher Center.
Okay,
I mean, at the Fisher Theater.
that's a fun place. Why would families want to go to the Wiz? Why would you suggest that they go?
Families will want to go to the Whiz because this show is for all ages. This show is great to introduce your littles to for the first time if this is their first time in a theater because it keeps them engaged. The costumes, the lights, the singing, the dancing. It is truly an experience. And again, it's for everyone. It's just an experience. It's an experience. It's fun. It's like nothing you've seen. This story is told in such a beautiful, magical, and fun way.
Excuse me, Wharton Center is so close in proximity. Like you can go to the show and you could be home less than a half hour.
It's Broadway in your backyard. That's why.
Exactly.
And two, when it comes to the littles and the preteens and the teens, I think they go through so much in school and even not them, but maybe their friends and finding their way and navigating their path and being in a new place. You know, when you leave fifth grade and you graduate from elementary school, you're going on to middle school. So now you're the new kid again in town. And when you go from middle school to high school and you're starting ninth grade, you're back again, starting the path, a new yellow brick road for you. And you're finding and exploring yourself. And people don't talk about it, but it's not always roses and sunshines, even as adults, when you navigate going into different workspaces or moving from different townships or different cities. It's always a footing that you have to gather about it. And you see Dorothy gathering their footing. You see Lion having to be brave when he's scared. You see the scarecrow having to process things and thought. And you see the Tin Man dealing with his feelings and finding his heart. And these are all things that you have to do in life. And you see them actively going through it. And I think sometimes we see people just arrive with a hoo-ha, but you don't know what they did getting to that journey and the adventure that they went on to get to where they are. And I think that that's so beautiful that you get to see them arrive. Because when Addaperle shares or gives Dorothy these silver slippers, she could have told her in the beginning what it does to take home, to go home, but she didn't. She sent her on this journey to know that she had everything that she needed within her all along. And so did the other heroes.
I think there's all sorts of messages that people are gonna be able to take away from this. And I love theater that makes you think, and you bring it up. And I'm gonna think about this conversation for a while too. So I do appreciate you meeting with us today. Bring your warm clothes here. It's very cold in Michigan right now.
I'm gonna bundle up, little birdie.
We will see you next week at Wharton Center. And thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you so much. You have a good one. Happy holidays.
Thanks, you as well.